this be an upset?
1, 2, no.
It is!
It is! It is!
Nervous match, Red Velvet.
Wow!
I thought for sure Ruby was coming out.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. Let's go over this, guys, man. This is the first of 2 videos, bro. This was actually very, very interesting, man. I thought this is very, very interesting. I'm telling you, man, the one thing about I've noticed it, man. The booking for the women's division has gotten way better this year. It's slowly gotten better the more and more because they've actually put more thought into everything with the storylines and stuff like that. And that's heating the division up. Now you got Mariah May, you got more talent down there. You can't even mess up Mariah May because Mariah May is gold like Toni Storm. You can't even mess her up, bro. Like you get, and then this year you got your young girls that have taken another level, another step. Sky Blue, Julia Hart. I just wish Anna Jay would be booked a little better. I think she could have took another step. Billy Stark should be like Nick Wayne. She should be that 18, 19-year-old prospect that's being used quite a bit. But and we obviously had this whole thing with the Outcasts with Ruby Soho and Saraya. So a lot has been going on. But the story of the week is Red Velvet's return. She's had a very impact to this division. There's just something about, I think, her getting away from Jade Cargill that's definitely helping her. She reminds me, she is the AEW version of Ariana Grace, coming back from a serious knee injury and coming back looking really good right now. Now, I will say she looked a little bit better to me in the match against Julia Hart. It says a lot about Julia Hart that match is really banged early in the, like, that was one of the best female matches on TV for AEW all year. You could say Dynamite, you could say Battle of the Belts, you could say Rampage, Collision, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about just TV, not pay-per-view, because I think the best in-ring match of the year was Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart in AEW. But this match smashed, bro. This match smashed. And it was great. Ruby Soho versus Red Velvet. We already know how good Ruby Soho is in the ring. And I love how she was. One of the things that I thought was missing a little bit, but Ruby Soho kind of bled her energy into the crowd as that heel. But I would have loved to have seen what they did a couple of weeks ago in Houston. Because they're in Oakland tonight. They're in Oakland at the Oakland Arena, the old home of the Golden State Warriors, by the way. I miss that place for the Golden State Warriors. I like that place more than the beautiful Chase Center, but yeah, it's just something about it, right? But I loved what Saraya was doing in that match against Sky Blue with Ruby Soho, where she was just taunting the fans all night. Like, I mean, not all night, all match, bro. That was the only thing. So she came out, street clothes, but she went back to the back, right? And I talked about the situation where they looked like there was starting to become a rift between them, but we didn't see anything this week, though. So she went to the back, and she didn't interrupt in the match. So it's just Ruby versus Red Velvet. And when that happens, advantage to whoever is Ruby Soho's opponent. Because we know Ruby Soho has always had an advantage when one of the Outcast members are ringside. You know what I mean? So that was always interesting to me. Let's go over how this match went, because I thought, like I said, I thought it was very solid, but we had an interesting situation. But this is the first of 2 videos, guys, so let's get into it. Saraya joined Soho on the stage and then headed to the back. The 2 exchanged takedowns. Soho hit a shoulder block before being taken down with a leg lariat. Velvet continued the attack in the corner before being rammed into the second turnbuckle. Velvet tried to rally but was clotheslined on the top rope. The show went to a picture-in-picture break. So the crowd kept trying to get Velvet back into the match. But Ruby was just dominating. After the break, Velvet rallied with a couple of lariats, so it looked like she was building some momentum here, followed by a bulldog and a knee against the ropes. Velvet hit a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Soho retaliated with a takedown and a series of kicks, including a kick to the head, while Velvet was draped over the top rope for a near fall. Soho hit 2 backdrop drivers before moving Velvet to the corner. Soho missed a charge into the corner, but hit a back elbow and rammed Velvet into the second turnbuckle. A ringside attendant delivered flowers to Soho, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next video, which distracted her and allowed Velvet to get a near fall. Of note, Velvet had Soho down for several seconds before the referee started to count, and we thought that Ruby was going to win here, but then the two exchanged blows until Velvet hit a spinning kick, and this is another kick that I was talking about. So for those of y'all that keep up with NXT, y'all know that crescent kick has been very ugly looking, right? From Lyra Valkyria, but everybody else's kicks look really good. You know, you got Lola Vice, you got Carmen Petrovic, and then we saw Xia Lee's kick that looked so deadly against Indy Hartwell on Raw this past Monday. Everyone's kicks looks good except for Lyra's, bro. But this kick, I love this. I love this spinning kick for Red Velvet as she picked up the win. That was all she wrote for Ruby Soho in a very good match in like 9 minutes. Like I said, I think the Julia Hart match was better, but I still liked what I saw here, man. I thought it was still excellent. Let's go over how the poll went. So I had hold on, let me restart there. Let me reload the page. I think we said that. Okay, so we got 756 votes here, 60 likes. 73% of y'all went with Ruby Soho, but the other 27% went with Red Velvet. That was interesting. That was interesting to me. Red Velvet had almost 30% of the votes. Very interesting. I would have wondered how that Julia Hart, if I did one for Julia Hart against Red Velvet, how that poll would have turned out. But yeah, man, very surprising victory. Thank y'all for voting, by the way. Thanks for the turnout. Very surprising result, but I love it. I love unpredictability in pro wrestling. I think it's one of the best things in the world. I love it, man. And the Flowers situation, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't like the idea of Ruby losing, but I think Velvet had to win because Velvet's got she's got a connection to the crowd. Like the crowd actually likes Velvet. So they got something there. You know. I think Angelo Parker sent her the flowers, by the way. But we'll talk about that in the next video. Give me your thoughts on this, man. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Afternoons to light.